Recasters is a weekly anime podcast covering currently airing seasonal anime. If you like to follow weekly releases and hear discussions about it, you're in the right place.
If you enjoy series reviews and previews, then be warned.
Spoiler City straight ahead.
Hello, welcome back to Recasters, the only anime podcast where they asked me to do a big bang attack, and what I thought they meant was shotgunning a bang, so here I am, energized as hell. My name is Chase Adam Robinson, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Jesse Winter. And my other co-host, Chip Harris.
Final Flash!
Damn, dude, I wanted to do a thing, but it was more like chipstick than mine, so I was like, frozen.
Just say the exact thing you wanted to, but as a question.
Okay. Wait, I don't know if I can do that.
Just put a question mark at the end.
Okay. Gamer, fuel? Question mark?
This is going to be a weird episode, guys. I feel like none of us slept well. Did you guys sleep well?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Wait. I slept so bad that I fell asleep after I woke up again.
Oh, fuck. Chip, did you sleep well?
No, I went to bed at like 4.
Oh, my God.
Big brain.
Just for the record, we meet up at 10.
Yeah.
Okay, when I say we meet up at 10, I mean we're supposed to meet up at 10. Chip and I met up at like 11. Jesse didn't get here until like 12:30.
I woke up at 10:30.
So Chip and I hung out for a while, waiting for Jesse. We went to Fred Meyer to get some energy drinks. And then Chip decided to buy a pizza right before Jesse was supposed to show up. So we had to wait for his pizza to get made before we could go back to my house to record.
I had enough time to sit in my car and let my phone do a new update.
Oh, nice. That's a while.
By the way, we only waited 5 minutes for the pizza.
That's what he wants you to think. And then I said, "Hey, Chip, when we get home, can I have a slice of that pizza?" And he looked really disappointed and said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Were you going to eat the whole thing?" And he said, "I was thinking about it."
Look, I didn't know I looked so disappointed because I wasn't disappointed that you asked that or even that I was going to say yes.
I don't believe you.
It was just like so deep ingrained in his nature, is so subconscious, such an ethereal form of disappointment he didn't even realize it was happening.
Exactly.
Just like the mere thought of anybody eating any of Chip's food at all puts the shock of disappointment deep into his soul.
If you meet Chip for 5 minutes, you'll realize that food is the core of Chip's existence.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's how it works.
You're the skinniest of the three of us, too.
Dude, I don't know about that anymore. I think it's just the way I look because of how I dress.
Oh, maybe. So anyways, we got home with this pizza, and we each ate a slice. Chip ate like 3/4 of the pizza. Jesse and I ate one slice each.
It was our tax cut.
and Jesse's eating this on a napkin, right? This is Little Caesars pizza. Hashtag not sponsored. And he's eating this on a napkin. He takes like 3 bites and then he puts the napkin down. And the pizza was so greasy, you could see where the bites were taken out because there were lines of grease around where the pizza had been.
You ever see those animes where some dude walks in, he's like, "Nice, dude, I'm about to eat my food," and he looks at his food and like a portions of it's gone, and you get those like flashing lines. It's like ding, 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 outlining where the rest of his food was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
And now here we are. So it's been a day. It's been a day already. It's like 1:00 and it's been a day.
It's been a day and a half.
So anyways, without further ado, this is the part of the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that interests us. If you're just here for the anime discussions, I don't know why you're still here, dude. Like, at this point, is that even the podcast? But if that's all you're interested in, timestamps for everything we talk about are going to be down in the description below. I'm still playing Eldin Ring.
Impossible.
I actually can't believe this.
Game only has 20 hours of content. No way you're still playing.
I don't know if you remember, but at the last time that we talked about it, it had been out for almost 1 week, and I had played 25 hours of it,
Wow.
which is a lot.
Yeah.
I am now at 70 hours, and I'm not done with this game.
God damn.
I'm getting there. I'm almost done.
Let me guess, you still haven't beaten the first main boss.
I have beaten all 5 main bosses that they outlined for you. I just defeated the last one last night. Jesse watched me do
Whoa,
it.
was that Snake Man?
Yeah, it was a big snake boy.
Big Snakey.
He's technically the 4th one, I think, but I beat him 5th.
I actually was like 50% of the reason he beat that fight.
Is that true?
I don't know. I was the one who told you to spec into vigor.
Oh, true. I think you said it as a joke, and I did
It was
anyway.
absolutely a joke, and then it worked.
Yeah. So I went and reset all my stats. I've been playing a mage build, so I have a ridiculously large amount of intelligence. Just like in real life,
I was
the
just
the
about
biggest
to
brain.
Right. Totally.
Just kidding. But so my stats are like all sub 30, except for my 70 intelligence. They cap at 99 for the record, but like they soft cap at like 60. Like there's almost no reason to do anything above 60, except that my really cool big moon super blast needed 70 intelligence. So I was like, fucking yeah, let's go. But this fight gives you a random, like it gives you a weapon when you walk in that you basically have to use to beat this boss. And it requires 0 stat investments in anything. So at first I saw that it was a strength weapon, so I respec'd into strength. I dumped everything from my intelligence into strength instead, and I did the exact same amount of damage, realizing that nothing was going to change on that. And so Jesse was like, well, if nothing changes the damage, you might as well put it all into your health. And I was like, that's genius. So I just walked in with 70 health, like 70 in my vigor, and just like the largest fucking health pool in the world.
I thought that bar was going to wrap around the screen.
Oh Jesus, I'm having such a good time with this game still. It's incredible that I can't believe I'm having this much fun this far in. The only games that's ever been true on for me have been turn-based RPGs.
Incredible.
How do you do it? I can't get that far into a turn-based JRPG.
Chip won't even start him.
Well, here's the thing. You have to have 70 intelligence.
Okay, well, I guess that's where the problem is.
You have to have a big enough brain to enjoy turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, my intelligence is only up to 69.
69. Oh.
It's hard capped at 69.
Oh, fuck. He's never going to enjoy him now. This, like, I can't even believe how relevant this game is still. And also, I can't believe how many fucking games are coming out this month.
Wait, how long has Elden Ring been out?
Since the end of February.
That's not even that long a time. Of course it's still relevant.
For the single player like RPG community,
Dark Souls 1 is still relevant.
dude, Dark Souls 1 is still barely relevant, but mostly people play Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne.
Ah, fair enough.
But you're right. It's just crazy to me because like since like around the time that came out, we got Horizon Forbidden West, which I have not played.
I haven't even heard about that.
Yeah, because everybody was too hyped for Elden Ring and they like appeal to the same audience. We've got Final Fantasy Origins Strangers of Paradise.
I haven't even heard of that.
I'm surprised on that one. That one, you didn't see those memes with the guy who's like, we gotta kill chaos. Chaos.
I haven't seen those memes.
Oh my god, it's so funny. It's like the protagonist looks like Eminem.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he's so hyped on killing chaos, and that's the only thing he cares about.
That's incredible.
There's one scene in the trailer where people are talking about stuff, and he's basically like, "Shut up, we gotta kill chaos," and then he pulls his cell phone out of his pocket, starts playing music, and walks away.
What?
What the?
This is a Final Fantasy game?
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy game made by the people who made Neo. It is an action RPG.
Whoa, I gotta play this game.
Yeah, it looks.
I
it's
gotta
like,
kill chaos.
It looks like it's like the hilarious kind of edgy, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't take itself too seriously, and it takes place in the same universe as Final Fantasy 1.
See, I just straight up thought it was a
Why did he have a
reimagining of
cell
Final
phone,
Fantasy
then?
1.
He got isekai'd.
Oh my god. in Final Fantasy with my cell phone.
I'm really looking forward to playing this game. I'll be playing it as soon as I'm done with Elden Ring. Other games that are honorable mentions that have come out this month, rest in peace, because I don't know if I'll get to you. triangle strategy, a brand new Final Fantasy Tactics Fire Emblem-esque game made by the people who made Bravely Default.
Okay.
Jesse doesn't keep up with any RPGs. So
I don't know what he's
no
talking.
idea
I've
what we're
lost. I'm gone. I don't keep up with anything that came out after 2000.
The new Kirby game's coming out in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Ooh, I can't wait to see how that is.
Chocobo Racing.
Yo, Chocobo Racing. Is that like a Mario Kart ripoff?
It is.
Yes.
It is. And you
Yes.
you can beat Cloud.
On a Chocobo.
I've never wanted anything more than to Mario Kart Cloud on a Chocobo through racetracks.
It's just like the amount of games coming out right now is massive, and I'm still playing Elden Ring. But it's a great game, dude. It's a great game. It's still probably the best game I've ever played. There have been a couple of bullshit parts, but that's Dark Souls, so like whatever.
Yeah, that's video games. What
Yeah.
can you say?
There's this one boss that everybody says is it's the most bullshit boss in the entirety of the Dark Souls series. It's the worst boss that FromSoft has ever made, is what people are saying.
Okay.
This boss, you show up and you're in this like hilly desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the main 5 bosses you got to kill. So slight spoilers if you care about that. He's off in the distance shooting you with giant bow, right? And it one-shots you if it hits you.
Incredible.
What the fuck?
And so you got to dodge his bow, and there's a bunch of summon signs around it. It's supposed to be kind of like a raid thing, right? So you summon a bunch of NPCs to fight with you.
Ah.
And so there's like, I think 6 or 9 of them that you can summon with you. I forget.
Okay.
You summon all of these guys, and then you go in and attack him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using this weapon called the Moonveil Katana. Don't kill me. Apparently, this is a huge noob weapon. When I found it, I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. It is an intelligence scaling katana, so it does magic damage, right?
Whoa, yeah.
And basically, it's got, normal light attack, normal heavy attack, and then its special moves is you hold L2, which is what what does the special move. For a katana, you sheath it, right?
Yeah.
And then you can do cool shit with it. The R1 slashes sideways and slashes out magic, and the R2 slashes down and slashes out magic. And
Nice.
the R2 is so busted because it staggers the fuck out of like everything in the game.
Hell yeah.
And so this weapon is really, really strong, and it makes me feel cool. And for a while, I was like, I feel like I'm making the game too easy. I don't know if I should keep using this weapon. And then I decided that the amount of dopamine that hits my brain every time I do the L2 R2 is worth more than people calling me a noob. So,
Well, I've got some news for all the people calling you a noob. They're just butthurt that their favorite weapon isn't the broken weapon in the game.
dude, a lot of like, not to talk shit about the Souls community because I actually love this community, but there's a portion of people in this community who are like, oh, you're using anything other than the Claymore, regular ass big sword guy? You're fucking noob.
Noob. If you're not perfecting this game with a fist-only build, you suck.
So this Moonveil Katana, right? I died twice to the arrows against this guy, right?
Okay.
And then I finally got in. So I summoned all the guys, I got in, I dodged all the arrows to get up to him, and I circled around him on my horse while hitting him with my katana. And if you don't use the magic attacks with this katana, which you can't do on a horse, if you don't use it, it builds up bleed. And what bleed does is it chunks a percentage of health once it fills all the way.
Damn.
And one of the NPCs also had a katana, and we hit bleed at the same time and chunked half his health bar.
Oh my fucking god. Holy shit.
And this is just normal katana. Like the bleed is just a normal katana thing. So it has
Okay.
nothing to do with the Moonveil Katana. Somehow, yeah, we chunked half his health bar in one go, and it literally broke the boss. He got stuck swinging his axe and running in a circle on his horse. So I beat him on my 3rd try. This is
That's
supposed
incredible.
to be the hardest boss in the entirety of Dark Souls history.
Sounds like other people playing the game wrong.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh man.
My roommate Patrick, as all of you will probably know if you've been listening to the show long enough, because I bring him up pretty often. But my roommate Patrick, like, he spent like 5 hours fighting this guy, and then he sat down when I told him I got to him to watch me, and he's like, "Oh man, I got to see this." You know, he's like, "Try not to get too frustrated. You're, just keep a level head, and you got this." And then I beat it on my third try, and he's like, "I'm pissed." But I'm only pissed because that didn't happen to me. So I think that boss is a really cool idea. I can see how people would think it's big bullshit. I can see the problems with it. It's a really cool idea for a boss. I hope that they patch it in the future to make it, like, I don't know, fucking playable.
I don't know. It sounds really cool to me, and it sounds playable. I mean, you beat it on your third try, so.
Yeah, but I broke him.
Yeah, well, it sounds like everybody else is playing the game wrong.
Apparently, there's a really easy way to cheese him if you know his weakness. So, like, he is beatable.
Yeah.
Get good.
Get good. Hey, isn't that what the Souls community is all about? Get good.
Yeah, get good.
Absolutely.
And that's Elden Ring. I'm having a good time. I think I'm almost done with it, and I have a feeling I'll come back to this game in a couple months to do all the side stuff. But I'm ready to put it down for a minute. I've been playing this game for a while.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jesse,
That's me.
you wrote something down on this
I did have a thing.
Discord channel that we write all our notes in.
Don't trash us for using Discord. Yeah, so I have been reading a manga that I've talked about on here before. And then I finished that manga. I'm done with it now. It was Dragon Ball, which also is Dragon Ball Z if you missed our last episode or two. So I finished Dragon Ball Z manga series. I have now started Dragon Ball Super. Against my will, I'm being held hostage until I finish Dragon Ball Super.
Super.
Jesse messaged me and said, "I finished Dragon Ball. This was incredible." And I said, "You're going to read Dragon Ball Super next, right?" And he said, "I don't know." And I said, "You are legally obligated to read Dragon Ball Super next because I got to see if it's good."
And little backstory. I've been a fan of Dragon Ball Z my whole life, basically since I was like 7. So basically my whole life.
What even is your life before 7, right?
I don't know. Yeah, non-existent really, if you think about it. Honestly, though.
I was an embryo until I was 7.
Same. Also, in fact, my mom didn't birth me until I was like 6 or something.
Jesus.
Took a little while to get out. I'm kind of stupid.
He doesn't have 70 intelligence like I do.
I got hard capped at 40.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so when the big Dragon Ball Z movie, was it Resurrection F? Was that the first Dragon Ball Z movie after 20 years or some shit?
Yeah.
I thought it was Battle of Gods.
Was it Battle of Gods? It was Battle of Gods. My bad. You're right. It was absolute Battle. So when Battle of Gods came out, I went to theaters with me and some of my old school Dragon Ball Z homies, and we watched it, and it was the most banging time ever. And then Dragon Ball Super came out, and I was super excited, and I started watching Super, and I watched a couple episodes, and I went, wow, I think this might be hot garbage.
Oh no.
I do not like Super. There's parts of Super I like, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to have to say that I don't think Super is very good. I actually think GT is a lot better. Please feel free to flame me in the comments. That's okay, I don't mind.
When was the last time you experienced GT?
A couple years ago.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. I actually, for that very reason, because I keep telling people that I think GT is better than Super, and somebody was like, well, you probably just have the nostalgia goggles. And I was like, well, fine. So I got GT, and I watched all of GT and went, nah, I still like this better. Now, don't get me wrong. GT has definitely aged. I'll admit it. It has its faults, but... yeah, so I decided, everybody kept telling me the Super manga is a lot better. So I was like, sure, okay, I'll read it. I definitely think the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z manga is better than the show. That's for sure. Like, if you like the show for all the cool fighting, maybe don't read the manga. But if you want like a cool, fun, silly story, then definitely read the manga. It's really good. So I was like, okay, well, manga's better than the anime, so I'll give the Super manga a try. And I am not impressed so far. I'm not very far in, so I'm going to keep reading it. I've heard it's like 80-something chapters, and I'm only like 5-6 chapters in, but so far, not impressed.
But I mean, by 5 or 6 chapters into Dragon Ball, I was already hooked, you know?
Yeah, for sure, you know. And I will admit, Dragon Ball started off a little slow, like Super starts off a little slow, sure, so that's fine, you know. But yeah, I was definitely hooked into Dragon Ball by this point, a lot more than Super, anyways.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like once you get past the Resurrection F arc in the manga, then it'll probably pick up and be better because they didn't make movies based on what they put in the show after that.
I am past the Resurrection F part.
Only 5 chapters in, and you are?
The manga skips it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get the Battle of Gods. Beerus shows up, and you do that whole thing. And then you actually get a different story, if I understand correctly. It has to do with Champa and the, like, Weiss's female twin or whatever, sister something.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, I was very shocked to see them in the manga this early. And then, you get a little bit of that. And then you get some Goku and Vegeta training under Weiss. And then Weiss comes over and he's like, yeah, after you guys defeated Golden Frieza. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it gives this little blog and it's like, before all of this occurred, Frieza was resurrected by his men to defeat Goku and Vegeta, but using the power of Super Saiyan God Blue, they overcame Golden Frieza, and that's what had happened. And I was like, bro, you just skip that in the manga?
Oh,
What?
So you literally have to watch the movie?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't understand.
All right, Jesse. Once I get there, we'll watch the movie together.
Okay.
The movie is better than the show for that arc. Just saying.
I have heard that. I actually have not watched Resurrection F yet, so I look forward to that.
All right, cool. So overall, now that you've finished Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
where are you going to rank that?
I think overall, I'm going to give Dragon Ball a solid 8 out of 10 Purunga wishes.
I don't know what that means, but all right, sounds good.
Purunga is the other Shenron.
Yeah, he's the Namekian Shenron.
He's the chunky one.
Yeah.
The big beefy one
he's
with the black
beef
spikes.
boy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Dragon Ball is an incredible manga. I think it loses a little bit, just a tiny bit of its heart and soul in when you get to, what you consider in the Western, the Dragon Ball Z arcs of it. Not a whole lot. So I'm not really going to ding it for that. I think if it wasn't for losing that little bit of heart and soul, it would be like a 9 out of 10. So it's really not a huge impact. But it does a really good job. I mean, it still keeps it, though, to an extent, right? It's definitely Dragon Ball until the end. The Buu saga kind of derails itself a little bit, but that happens when you get to the end of your 10 long years of manga making.
Yeah.
So it's overall fantastic. I think it's great, and anybody, I like memeing on the show and stuff too. But anybody who doesn't like Dragon Ball Z because of all the show memes and the Frieza fight taking 5 million years, I definitely recommend reading the manga because I'd get to some parts and I'd be like, oh great, I'm gonna have to slog through this, and then it was over in like 3 chapters, and I was like, what the fuck? Why was the show so long?
Oh man, and this is a good. I can't fucking talk. I'm gonna leave this in. I've had this problem lately. Over the last few days, I have not been sleeping well, and I'm not sure why. And as a result, I'm tripping on my words. I'm tripping on my feet. I'm dropping shit. Like I'm always clumsy. I'm literally always clumsy and always have been. And I'm a fucking disaster right now, dude. I don't know what's going on. I'm fearing for my life. I'm gonna trip and like stab myself in the neck.
Oh Jesus.
Anyways. Seems like a good segue, is what I was trying to say.
It's a perfect segue.
Perfect segue to the thing that I'm going to talk about next,
Which is waffles.
which is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball waffles.
Dragon Ball waffles.
Ever have Goku waffles?
Yeah, dude.
You
fucking
can't.
awesome.
They're so strong you can't even bite into them.
Yeah, dude. It's still sitting around. Sometimes I walk into my kitchen, I just hear my waffle screaming.
Oh no! It turned yellow for some reason. I don't really get it. Oh man. Okay, so one of the things that I've wanted to talk about also is Dragon Ball, and so I'm gonna do that now.
Dragon Ball.
I am on chapter. Let me check.
I'm on chapter done.
I'm on chapter 136.
Nice.
I double checked Jesse because Jesse and I had a discussion yesterday where I was like, oh yeah, the original portion of the Dragon Ball portion only goes for 194 chapters, and he was like, what? No way, it goes longer than that. No, it only goes for 194.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I said maybe I was wrong. Definitely, maybe
Yeah.
it just felt like it went longer than that.
That's reasonable. After that is the Saiyan saga.
Okay.
So yeah. Where I am at right now, I just finished up the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi tournament.
Ooh, nice.
And Krillin fucking died.
Yeah.
Which, like, I knew that happens in Z.
Mm-hmm.
That means he dies more than once? Like, what did they do to Krillin?
Yeah, dude, you know
he dies
that.
like 3 times.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know if that's accurate. Don't let Chip trick you.
Yeah, no, hold up. Actually, I think he actually dies either 4 or 5 times.
What the fuck? Are you including Super in this?
No.
Dude, don't listen to Chip. This guy's straight lying to you.
Oh my god.
You just said the Tenkaichi tournament, right? Then
Yeah.
he dies in the Saiyan saga.
Those are the two that
He
I know
absolutely does not.
of. What?
What do
Does he
you mean?
not?
Krillin?
Yeah.
Absolutely does not die in the Saiyan saga.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because... Okay.
He does in the Frieza
Like
saga.
everybody else dies in the Saiyan saga.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
He does die in the Saiyan saga, though. Or not
No,
the Frieza
the
saga. That's
Frieza
what I meant.
saga,
And then does he not die in the Cell saga?
After Krillin dies in the Frieza saga, he goes, "I'm fucking done with this bullshit. I'm not fighting with you guys anymore."
I'm pretty sure he still ends up dying in the Buu saga, because technically everyone dies.
Okay,
in that.
yeah, technically Earth blows up. Yeah, so
Oh my
okay,
god.
sure, Krillin
this
dies.
is all shit I don't remember. I thought I remembered a lot of Dragon Ball Z. I guess I fucking don't. Jesus.
Man, you know, that's the thing that always like got me though, is like Krillin dies in Dragon Ball Z, but most people in the West never watched Dragon Ball, and so they're like, this is the first time Krillin died. Why is that a big deal? But it's not. It's the second. It's a big deal.
Dude, and then like when Krillin dies here, it's so like, it's actually really impactful because we just finished the tournament. By the way, I read this morning, like
Oh, shit.
before we recorded.
He's still reeling.
Ooh. We finished the tournament, which I'll talk about the tournament in a little bit. I guess I'm going to talk backwards.
Okay.
But we finished the tournament, and then right after the tournament, everybody's like, "Yay, we did it! Fun tournament over. Let's go out to eat and stuff." And then Krillin's like, "Oh, I'll go get your stuff for you, Goku." And then you just like see Krillin go like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Oh, what happened now?" And then they walk in and he's like, "Krillin's dead." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?"
Right? It's like, what the fuck, bro?
And then this is the most serious I have ever seen Goku so far, right? Like I know in the Z section there's a lot of serious parts, but we're pretty lighthearted and floaty. The most serious part we had before this is when Upa's father died, right? By what's his name? Tao Pai Pai?
Tao Pai Pai, yeah.
Yeah, the Tao Pai Pai, the world's greatest assassin, kills Upa's father. And even that scene, actually, I'll talk about that for a second. That also shocked me because like we're like, haha, lighthearted, goofy, this is a fun manga. And then Tao Pai Pai like launches him into the sky and throws a spear through his heart, and then he falls down and he's just dead. There's there's no words from him or anything, just dead. And I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, dude, Dragon Ball, when people died, fucking savage.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit. And then like Upa thinks that Goku's dead too, and so the next scene you see is him like he digs a grave for his father and he puts him in and he's like crying and he's like, now I guess I'll dig a grave for Goku. And then Goku wakes up and he's like, no, what happened? And then the whole point after that was for him to like, you know, get the Dragon Balls to resurrect Upa Upa's father. And that was like, you know, I was like, okay, it's getting a little more serious, but it's still like pretty goofy. Like it's a good mix of serious and goofy at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like I just hit the part where things start getting real.
100%. I would say that the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi absolutely changes the mood of the manga. Everything after that is like, it's still the same story. It's still got the same feel, but the mood has dramatically shifted.
Yeah. Because like the pages when Goku flies off on Kinto-un to go after the quote unquote demon that killed Krillin and took his grandfather's Dragon Ball, right? Mm-hmm. He goes after this guy and he says, "Give me back the Dragon Ball and Krillin's life." And I was like, oh my God, the way they drew his face, it was literally like the most, you could see the anger and sadness illustrated so well. This is a good part. This is a good part.
Hell yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Chip, how much of Dragon Ball you remember?
Honestly, not very much.
So you guys talk about Z and Super, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's over my head. Jesse and I, we talk about Dragon Ball, and Chip's like, sure, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I don't remember a whole ton of it, but I remember some of it. And luckily, in some of the games I've played, you replay some of the stuff from Dragon Ball anyway. So there's like some more side stuff that's not as well known I'll know about too. Like when they had to go and find Master Roshi's sister in the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That arc sucks.
Bro, I must have like blocked that out from my mind. Master Roshi's shit. Oh, never mind. I got Baba Yaga. Oh, dude, I totally forgot she was Master Roshi's sister. My bad.
That arc very weak.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because I mean the whole thing where Goku's got to fight those Baba's like men, top guys.
Yeah.
Right. And it ends up with him meeting his grandpa again.
That part was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really strong.
But they did defeat a vampire by Upa T-posing. And then going, I'm a crucifix.
Honestly, like, pretty based.
Like,
you single-handedly made that part that much better.
That arc's not great. Like, I found myself, like, here's the pattern so far, right?
Yeah.
Find all the Dragon Balls, do a tournament. Find all the Dragon Balls, do a tournament. Find all the Dragon Balls, do a tournament. I think that's going to continue forever. I'm pretty sure that never stops being the case.
Z is like kind of the same thing, except it's more like find the Dragon Balls, battle ultimate villain.
Right. And I have seen, like, I gave it a lot of shit for this a long time ago. Dragon Ball Z, I was like, bro, every single time it's just a bigger, badder villain threatening more of, like, everything, right?
Yeah.
Where, like, Frieza's like, I'm going to destroy the world. And then, Boo's like, I'm going to destroy the world. And then he does. And then we get to Super and they're like, I'm going to destroy the universe, right? And I was like, dude, it's just getting bigger and bigger. But, like, if you watch this all the way from the start of Dragon Ball, the stakes do get very gradually bigger and bigger. It's like...
They do every step.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this guy's, too tough, I got to train. Oh, this guy's too tough, now I'm the strongest in the world. Oh, this guy's too tough, now I'm the strongest in the universe. Oh, this guy's too tough, now I'm the strongest in all of the universes, right? Like,
yeah.
Literally just like step by step getting up there.
I used to think that in Dragon Ball Z, the fact that there was always a villain stronger than the last who was going to destroy the planet was kind of a stupid gimmicky thing, because it was like normal, underdog humans defeat space alien, underdog humans defeat monster android, regular people go Super Saiyan and defeat an ancient evil demon. I'm like, wow, that's like... Talk about gimmicky, right? But if you have it in the context of the whole series, I actually think that those scenarios become like some of the most profound ending points a series could ever have, right? It's like the culmination of everything. It's like the reason for the entire journey,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy.
And I'm honestly just like, I'm really excited right now. Like, I just met King Piccolo, who I know is eventually Piccolo.
Yes. What? No.
Which is crazy to me because, like, I remember when Piccolo showed up and they're like, Piccolo, you're evil. And then like, Piccolo's my favorite character, right? Like,
yeah. And then he's a really nice, good guy.
Yeah.
Piccolo's awesome.
So
10 out of 10, one of the best black characters in all of anime.
You know what? I never thought about it. I think you're right.
Yeah, no, he is considered one of the best black characters in all of anime. I'm not even kidding.
He's green.
It's
Yeah,
like
but he's also black.
it's like a meme, but it's like also kind of obvious the whole
Yeah.
time though.
I mean, you know what? Coming from Chip, I'll take it. Yeah.
Chip's the authority. We have to bow. I kneel.
It's just it's just good. It's just good stuff.
It's just good.
Here's some of my thoughts. First, I praised One Punch Man because when One Punch Man came out, I was like, the joke is that he's too strong and that everything gets killed in one hit. But it's not really about that. It's about everything going on around him and the things that lead up to him needing to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually Dragon Ball. Like, that's just Dragon Ball.
Yep.
There's a lot of dramatic irony used in this series where the joke ends up being that we know that Goku is very, very strong. And then people see him and go, he's just a kid. There's no way he could beat me. And then he kicks their ass, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the joke 90% of the time. That was the entire... it did get pretty old during the Red Ribbon Army arc.
Yeah.
That was... I didn't like the Red Ribbon Army arc as much as some of the rest of it. So we start off... We got the opening arc where he makes a bunch of friends with... Like, he meets up with Bulma. And, he makes his friends Oolong.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I have... If you had told me when I was 10 chapters into this that Oolong is one of the most irrelevant characters in the whole series, I would not have believed you because of how present he was.
You know, it's super weird because in Dragon Ball Z, if you watch the actual, like, the canon part of the series, it's like he's not there at all. But every time they have a non-canon movie, Oolong's like front and center for at least 20 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like literally every movie, Oolong's always there.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they put background characters like that in the movies only.
I really enjoyed the first arc. I felt like it was a fun, light-hearted, whimsical continuation of Dr. Slump, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Then we get the first Budokai, or the 21st Budokai Tenkaichi, and that was had some good laughs in it, but also some good action moments, right?
Yeah.
There's, a dude he made it into the top 8 because he's stinky, and that's his whole his whole gimmick. And like, that's obviously a joke, right?
Yeah.
My favorite joke in the whole of the 21st Budokai Tenkaichi is when Krillin and Jackie Chun are fighting. Do you remember Jackie Chun?
No.
Jackie Chun is Master Roshi's persona, where he glued a wig onto his head and fought in the tournament. And basically the whole point was he was worried walking into the tournament that Goku and Krillin were going to be the strongest people in the whole tournament and that they were going to win. And then they were going to think that they were so strong that nobody could beat them because they've won in the strongest martial arts tournament in the world. So he was like, I can't let these kids win because their egos will get too big and they won't train anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So he walks in as Jackie Chun, a parody of Jackie Chan.
Of course.
But when Jackie Chun and Krillin are fighting, then there's like a still page, and then everyone's like, they're like, oh my God, I'm already so exhausted. And everyone's like, what happened? You didn't do anything. And they're like, what do you mean we didn't do anything? We just fought a bunch. You're like, what? Can you reenact this? And so like in slow motion, they're like, oh, well, at this point I did like 13 punches and he blocked them all. And then I did a leg sweep and then he blocked it. And then we played rock, paper, scissors. And then I lost, so he punched me. And then I spit on him. Right. And
they're like reenacting the fighting they just did.
Yeah, but they're doing it in slow motion. So like, he's like, oh, can somebody pick me up real quick and like move me this way? Like,
and then I flew through the air and I was
And so like good jokes and stuff. But every arc gets a little bit more serious than the last arc, which I think I appreciate. There's still some good jokes going on, but we're getting a little more serious each time.
Yeah.
We get to the Red Ribbon Army arc where it's like, oh, tournament's over, time to find all the Dragon Balls, right? And honestly, at this point, Goku had no motivation. He was like, I just want to find the 4-star again because it's my grandpa's, so I'm gonna go find that. And so we see him like fight a bunch of dudes, and the joke the whole time is Goku's really strong and they don't know that. And that's every single joke. You do see Android 8, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh yeah, Android 8.
Yeah.
He's the Frankenstein looking one, right?
Yes, which I assumed he would be green. And then I saw a picture of him online, and apparently he is white.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Sure, whatever, Toriyama.
But yeah, so we had Android 8, which was pretty cool. But overall, just like, fight through a tower. There's a good joke where he fights a ninja for a while, and the ninja's really bad at his job.
Oh yeah, dude, I like that part. The ninja's like, "Oh yeah, can you beat my ultimate technique?" And then he does like a triple doppelganger or something where he like makes some shadow jutsu clones. And then Goku's like, "I can do that too," and he like runs around really fast and makes like 15 copies of himself. And the ninja's like, "What the fuck?"
And the big joke there was the ninja wasn't doing shadow clones. He just had 5 twins.
Yeah, it was actually just other people.
But Goku was actually moving fast enough to create shadow clones. My favorite part of that fight is when the ninja up against a tree holds up an American flag by accident because one side of his cloak has like tree on it, and the other side has the American flag. And so he's trying to blend in with the tree, and he holds up the American flag, and then Goku punches him. So, like, that fight was very funny. Maybe lasted a little longer than I wish it did. It's like probably like 4 chapters, which is just a little bit too long for a joke. But
yeah.
I had a good time with that. We get into the next Red Ribbon Army arc where they like go underwater and find buried treasure. And again, like it was cool, but I just didn't care that much. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like, what's his name? Commander Blue or whatever?
Yeah, General Blue, yeah.
General Blue. And it just lasted a little too long again. And then we get into the 3rd act of the Red Ribbon Army arc. And I was like, please end.
Why aren't you done yet?
I'm ready for whatever comes next. And this is when that arc gets really fucking good. Because that's when Tao Pai Pai shows up, the world's greatest assassin, and Goku for once cannot beat somebody at first.
Oh my gosh.
I remember this part when I was a kid, but I had no idea that this was in Dragon Ball. I thought it was in Z for some reason. But he climbs the Karin Tower. Is that what it's called?
The Korin Tower? Korin's Tower?
Korin?
Yeah, Korin.
I think in Japanese it is the Karin Tower.
You're talking about the little gray cat, right?
Yeah.
Is he gray?
Gray, white, whatever.
He's like a white color, yeah.
That's Korin.
I think in the English version they dubbed it as Korin, but I think it's Karin in Japanese.
Is it everybody's food? Is it supposed to be corn?
Yeah, maybe it's supposed to be corn.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so he climbs up there and he trains with this guy, and that whole section was fucking awesome. And then the fight with Tao Pai Pai after Upa's father was fucking awesome. And then they blow up the Red Ribbon Army tower, which I remember the Red Ribbon Army being like a way bigger threat. I don't know why. I guess.
Oh,
they come back.
You'll
okay.
see, yeah.
Dude, honestly, thank God. Because,
you'll understand why later. Yeah.
Hopefully this arc did something important.
let me tell you, there's a lot of really cool stuff in Dragon Ball Z. If you read Dragon Ball, if you watch Dragon Ball Z first, you're just going to forget about all this cool shit and be like, oh, that's what was going on.
Okay, so the Red Ribbon Army is donezo right now. And then we get into the tournament arc. And this, the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi, there is a 3-year time jump where Goku trains. And Master Roshi, before he went off to train, told him that he cannot use Kinto-un, his flying nimbus, right? Because he was like, you're never going to be able to train well like that. And Goku took that literally. So he didn't use Kinto-un or any vehicles or anything for 3 years. He was almost late to the tournament because he swam from halfway across the world.
They're like, why didn't you just use Kinto-un to fly back here? And he's like, Roshi said I couldn't.
Goku's not messing around with that training.
That was one of my favorite scenes because first of all, just Goku's innocence is like the best. And second of all, it did a really good job to show you how much fucking stronger he got in the last 3 years. You know?
Yeah.
This is like, this was so good. And also, he barely grew. He's 15 now.
Yeah.
Because he was 12 before the time jump.
Well, you know, Saiyans and stuff or something.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, because
Krillin is also 16 now. He also barely grew, but
Krillin never. He's short
stays short.
forever. It's like instead of like growing tall, his features just grow more rigid.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets more ripped. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And then, unlike the 21st Budokai Tenkaichi, when we get here, there is clear villains, and there's a clear divide between the fun, like, lighthearted fights and the this shit is serious fights, which I think I prefer, right? Because the jokes with Krillin and Roshi fighting, they were funny, but seeing, like, you know, Goku and Krillin actually duke it out was awesome.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
So in this, we get Man-Wolf. He's the joke fight here. And people are like, okay, Wolfman. He's like, no, I am not a Wolfman. I am a man-wolf. It is different. And they're like, it's the same fucking thing. And he's like, no, wolfmen turn into werewolves on the full moon. I turn into a human on the full moon. But in the 21st Budokai, this guy shows up with a grudge against Jackie Chun. And Jackie Chun's like, what the fuck did I ever do to you? In the 21st Budokai Tenkaichi, he blew up the moon to stop Goku from transforming.
Oh, bruh.
and this guy got stuck in wolf form.
Oh, shit. Okay.
he was like, thanks to you, I can't turn back into a human. And now I can't get any girls.
Oh, my God. So that's his whole motivation.
Dude, I was like, that's got to be one of the greatest jokes ever, because not only is it set up off of one of the most serious moments from the last Budokai, but this is like 2 arcs later.
Yeah.
And this guy's coming out like, hey, fuck you.
This is literally, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
And then so Jackie Chun kicks his ass and then uses Krillin's head as a moon replacement to turn this guy human again.
That's fucking
He's
hilarious.
like, isn't the moon just a psychological thing? Here's Krillin's head. Pretend it's the moon.
Oh, man. This is also the arc that introduces Chaozu and Tien, or if you're reading the manga, Chaozu and Ten.
God damn it, dude.
These are characters that I have very vague memories of from Dragon Ball Z, and all I remember is them having halos above their heads, so I assume they die at some point.
Yeah, man. They die at least twice.
At least twice? Why does everybody die so much?
Because they could get resurrected one time.
So I barely remember these characters at all, and they're fucking assholes when they show up. They're the worst. Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
Dude,
Tension's literally like, I'm gonna fucking break your bones, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you good.
he's like, I'm gonna be the world's greatest assassin, like Tao Pai Pai, and then Goku's like, that dude I killed once, and he was like, what?
Dude, that's gotta be like one of the funniest character introductions ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Chaozu is also fucking terrifying. Just the way he's always got this like blank stare. Like, he fought Krillin and Krillin beat him, and this was also kind of a joke fight. But Krillin beat him. But the first thing he does is this guy like doesn't walk. He just floats. But he was on the ground. And so he's just staring at Krillin blank face, and Krillin's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you weirdo? And then the dude like slides forward really fast without moving any of his body parts towards Krillin. And it's just like, it's actually terrifying. Like,
yeah, dude, Chaozu, he's fucking weird.
Dude, I'm 100% sure he's supposed to be a joke off of like horror movie dolls, you know, like an Annabelle kind of thing, right? Yeah, he slides around and has psychic powers.
I looked it up. Apparently he's human.
Yeah,
What?
that is what the canon lore says.
But he's smaller than Krillin. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's because of his psychic powers, man.
And then does Tien's third eye ever get explained or like even like mentioned?
I think at one point they say he trained so hard he opened his third eye.
Yeah, that's what that is. He like
Sure, okay.
via training in martial arts, he opened his third eye. It's like a Buddhist thing, you know?
There's just something that you can do in this world, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Tien and Chatsu can float for reasons.
Yeah. Because they're what do they call it? Is it like the
Levitation technique?
Oh, okay, yeah. They call it, they use the Japanese word in the translation I read. It's like the Bushin Jutsu or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Or the Busen Jutsu.
Okay.
Yeah.
These guys are scary.
100%.
And then like Tien like breaks also the transition from Tien being like the fucking worst to a good guy. Just they did the same thing with Krillin, where Krillin was an asshole until he was nice, right?
Yeah.
But it happens pretty quickly, but it happens for good reasons, right? It's like he fights Yamcha. He breaks Yamcha's leg for no reason, which was definitely a callback to Karate Kid. I don't know if Karate Kid came first, but is the Crane Master?
Yeah.
He broke the dude's leg.
I'm pretty sure Karate Kid came first.
I think so too. So I don't know for sure, but pretty sure it's a callback to Karate Kid. You ever seen Karate Kid, Chip?
I have only seen the one with Jaden Smith.
It's the
This
same
is so
movie.
sad. Not at all.
It's pretty much the same.
It's pretty similar.
So he breaks the leg, right? And then later he learns about Tao Pai Pai's death, and then Roshi like literally Jackie Chun. He's fighting Jackie Chun, and then Jackie Chun like spares his life or like gives up on the match, and he's just like, wow, the future generation's looking bright, and he just leaves. And and he's like, you're not a bad guy, you need to be a good guy. Like he's like, Tien, you're not built for bad. And then basically like Tien thinks about it for 3 matches, and then he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But like the gradual, they presented it in a way that it was like made sense.
Yeah, definitely. And I think they do a lot of this in the manga, but Tien's or Tenshin Han's, I think his situation is definitely a sort of like, because he grew up in that school, in the Crane School of Martial Arts, and the Crane School of Martial Arts is all about breeding assassins, and so it was sort of like Tenshin Han becoming his own person, right? He like Jackie Chun opened his eyes. He was like, oh, maybe I don't have to be an assassin. I can do something else with my life.
Right, yeah. And as a result, he seems like a pretty good character. Too bad he dies later or something.
Too bad they fight literal aliens, and humans can't keep up with that.
Yeah. So all of this, that was step by step my thoughts reading Dragon Ball all the way up to the thing that I started with, which is the start of the King Piccolo saga, where shit's getting nuts. I don't know what the fuck King Piccolo is, if he's an alien or an actual demon or what.
I really look forward to you getting to the Namek saga because, obviously, like in Dragon Ball Z, when you meet Piccolo, you're like, yo.
Oh, yeah, the Nameks.
Yeah. You meet Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z at the beginning, and you're like, this dude's like obviously an alien. And then you go to Namek, and you're like, yeah, look, he's a Namekian. But when you meet King Piccolo, they call him like a demon. They say he's a great evil. He's some sort of like, he's like almost like the devil of Earth, right? And you're like, whoa, that's terrifying. And then you learn about Namek, and you're like, bro, this guy been an alien the whole time?
Man.
No wonder he looked like a fucking demon.
I can't put this shit down, man. Like, I'm having such a good time reading this. I've been reading, like, roughly 10 chapters every morning, 10 chapters every night, so I don't expect this to last too long. How many is that so far?
It's like 400-something chapters.
I might be close to the end of Dragon Ball Z by the next time we record if I keep up this pace.
Damn, bro.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Like, I'm not going to promise anything, but damn, I'm having a good-ass time.
He's having a good time. He's having a good... Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Love it. Love it. Oh, I wanted to throw one back... I wanted to throw back real quick, too, about your thing. There's just a small thing I was thinking about. When you're talking about Goku, Kintone, and Master Roshi, I also wanted to point out how good a job Toriyama does interlacing jokes with serious emotional moments, because we're like, haha, it's funny, Goku took the Kintone thing literally, but also Master Roshi multiple times tries to tell Goku, hey, you can't learn anything else from me. Like, you far surpassed me. But Goku doesn't get it. He still thinks Master Roshi is like the greatest martial arts ever, and he believes that so wholeheartedly that he takes the keen tone thing literally. He thinks it's more training for Master Roshi.
And in turn, it becomes more training for Master Roshi. Man, Toriyama. I can't speak for your current work, but I'm a big fan of Dragon Quest, as everybody on the podcast knows, and I'm really enjoying Dragon Ball. Whatever you did in the 80s, mwah, chef's kiss. Now, to ride the 80s and 90s a little longer. I don't know what happened to me recently. I've been doing nothing but Eldin Ring. But in my other time that I'm doing slightly different things, I've been watching Berserk from 1997, written in the 80s. I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho from the late 90s, and I've been reading Dragon Ball, as we discussed.
Adam just copies everything I do a month later.
Literally.
You've been watching Berserk?
I haven't been watching Berserk, but I started reading Dragon Ball. I got a CRT. I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho, Tenchi Universe.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, the biggest reason I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho is because they have the whole series on YouTube. And so I was watching it on my phone while I was playing Elden Ring. And then it got to a point where the audio was really bad quality, and then I saw that they just put the whole dub on Crunchyroll. So I've been watching it on Crunchyroll on my phone instead.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, like, the version that they have on YouTube is the original version, which I appreciate as well.
Yeah.
But the version they have on Crunchyroll, definitely a Blu-ray version. It's very crisp. Looks nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
I just got to the Dark Tournament arc. I'm like 30 episodes in. I watched a lot of the show.
Dude, I can't believe the Dark Tournament arc is only 30 episodes in. Like,
how many
that
episodes
blows
do you
my
think
hand.
this show is?
I know it's like 90 something.
Yeah, a little over 100, but yeah.
Oh, a little over 100. Okay, yeah. So
I think it's like 110, 111.
dude, I definitely thought the Dark Tournament came later. Like, I thought it was in the second half of the series.
No. There's 4 major arcs in the show, like 4 major sagas.
Dude, to be honest, well, I guess I technically know 3. I only remember like 2 of them, really.
The first one and then the Dark Tournament, right?
No, I remember. Well, I started with the first one, and I'm remembering. I'm seeing things I forgot all about, like how Kurama came around and all that stuff. I totally forgot how any of that happened. I remember the Dark Tournament, and I don't remember what they call it, but there's the dude who wants to open the dark portal to release all the demons on the earth.
And I believe he was a previous spirit detective, right?
Yeah, I think
If I
that's
remember
correct. Yeah,
correctly,
he was like, I think he might have actually been like one of Genkai's previous students too.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Dark Tournament is the second major arc, and then that's the third major arc.
Okay.
The fourth major arc is very short because Toriyama
Toriyama did all
Christ.
anime. Toriyama's the head behind all 80s and 90s anime.
But Togashi was getting very sick at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, and he just wanted it to be over.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because the work of shonen mangakas, or popular mangakas in general, is very, very taxing work. These people are like pen to paper 6 days a week, you know?
I don't know how Toriyama's still alive.
Toriyama does a lot of other things as well, so good point. I have no idea.
It's because he's angry about anime being the worst thing to ever come to humanity.
I must right my wrongs.
Yu Yu Hakusho has been a blast. This was one of my favorite classics, so revisiting it has been great. I haven't watched it in like 10 years, so a lot of very hazy stuff. I did not remember how Hiei and Kurama got introduced at all. They were villains at the start.
Yeah.
It's Vegeta again.
It's Goku and Vegeta and
It's Tien.
it's Piccolo.
Yes.
Actually, like, he is almost literally Tien.
Yeah, true. He always got the third eye.
Plus a couple others.
Kurama, he was like less of a villain because he was like kind of a villain, but not really. He pretty much quickly joined them. So
I think he was more. He wasn't even a villain. He was just an antagonist simply because he like took the mirror And they were like, yo, we need that mirror. And he's like, bro, I just need to save my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the neighborhood dickhead who had noble reasons.
He wasn't even a dick, though.
He was actually nice
He was just
about
a
it.
nice guy the whole time.
Oh.
He just goes up to Yusuke and he's like, yo, let me talk to you. My mom's dying. Please, let me just use this mirror. And Yusuke's like, oh, okay. Shit, damn.
It's been,
Actually, sorry, go ahead.
it's been like a little over 20 years since I've seen that anime, so.
They do a really bad job of explaining what exactly happens at that part too, because Yusuke like uses the mirror, but the person who uses the mirror is supposed to die, and then Yusuke doesn't die.
Well, so so first Yusuke says, I'll give it half my life so that so that way Kurama and him only lose part of their lives and not their full lives. But then after they finish up that, you get this scene after everybody like leaves and stuff, where the mirror is like kind of talking to himself and maybe talking to Botan a little bit, and the mirror's like, I was moved by the heartfelt intention that Yusuke showed, so I've decided to spare both of them.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's much better, but like that's their explanation.
Bullshit stuff to justify not following their own rules.
Look, the mirror's a demon. He can do what he wants.
Yeah. So in the last few years, I have tried to rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho a few different times, and the first few episodes are a little rough.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. They're very, very emotional. There were parts when I like actually cried watching this show.
Dude, how about the cat episode?
What the fuck's the cat episode?
With Kuwabara.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so sad.
Kuwabara's the best character.
Love that guy.
His voice actor is so stupid, and I love it. But I don't know. I've never listened to the Japanese audio, so I'm watching this in English.
He still sounds like a stupid delinquent.
Oh, okay. Because they make him sound like this.
They do. He sounds like that in Japanese, too. Yusuke.
One thing, everybody calls him Yusuke Urameshi instead of Urameshi.
Yeah.
It just bothers me for some reason.
Early 2000s dubbing.
Urameshi.
Urameshi.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Urameshi. But basically everything from the time Yusuke dies in the first episode to the time he gets resurrected, it's like not the best. It's pretty good, but like it just drags a little bit. And then everything after he gets resurrected is fucking like mwah, chef's kiss.
I'm going to give you a little piece of info that I found fascinating, because I started reading the Yu Yu Hakusho manga. And that arc where he's dead and has to come back to life is even fucking longer in the manga.
What?
That shit drags on. It's like, you know how he does a bunch of different stuff to be a cool, good guy, and then he comes back?
Yeah.
Yeah, each one of those things he does is like a whole mini arc in the manga. And he does stuff in the manga they just cut out of the anime. Like
You know
there's this detective thing where there's a girl and she's like sad and she won't leave the earth alone, and they like go on a whole adventure to figure out why, and like comes to some self-discovery, and then she's like, my soul is free now. Whoosh.
Jesus. There's also a part that I distinctly remember. You know, there's the egg that he has to like nurture or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember it hatching into a demon he had to fight.
Yeah, I remember that too.
But that didn't happen in the one I watched just now.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Is this the Mandela effect?
Dude, are we in a different universe? What the hell happens?
Mandela
Does
effect
the egg
where
hatch later?
I don't know.
it's a Mandela effect where the entire anime is just completely fucking different, man.
What the hell is going on?
Maybe he dies again. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Oh, man. But going through everything after he meets Genkai is pretty much like just really, really good. And there's like kind of an arc that I didn't care too much for, just because I felt like I was like, it's kind of whatever, where the four of them go into the spirit world to fight some demons who are like making zombies through bugs on the earth.
Oh yeah, dude, I thought that was part of the third arc.
No.
Damn. I'm all mixed up.
And so this is like the first major fight that each of them have. And we get to see Kuwabara doing a sword and stuff like that, you know. But like, I was like, I remember so much more good parts, so I kind of just want to get to those. The arc after that is the one where they, like, there's the rich asshole who hired the Toguro brothers, right?
Yeah.
That arc is awesome and fills kind of the same role that the previous one does, where each of the four fight different people and we watch them fight progressively tougher dudes. Only this one has like bigger plot that goes on afterwards.
Nice.
You could cut that entire previous arc out and it doesn't change the show.
I'll skip it, thanks.
And then we get to the Dark Tournament arc.
Yeah.
And just like, man, so much nostalgia for sure, but it is just really good. I'm having a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
I'm only barely into the Dark Tournament arc. They're just finishing up like the first round of 1v1 fights.
Oh, okay. Did you get to see the Spirit Swordsman yet?
No, I don't know who that is. So.
Oh, it's like a samurai, but he uses like the souls of his dead family or something to fight.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Right now they're gonna fight the drunk Australian guy.
I don't remember that guy.
There's also a Game Boy Advance game for the Dark Tournament that plays like Fire Emblem, and I've been thinking about picking that back up because that's a fun ass game.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I want to get the PS2 Dark Tournament game where it's an arena fighter, dude. It was banging. It was like one of the first arena fighters I played where you could actually dodge special attacks.
That game's actually really fun.
It's awesome.
Dude, let's play sometime.
Hell yeah.
All right, and that brings me into Berserk, I guess.
Wait. I have a good transition here. Remember that big knight guy who was hired by the Togura brothers and he was out on a quest for vengeance with his giant weapon? Reminds me of Guts.
Whoa, Guts! I know that guy because I've been watching Berserk.
Wait, what's Berserk?
Berserk is a show about a big sword.
Yeah.
Named Guts.
Like, honestly, first I want to say that I've been watching the dub again. I was wrong. The dub rules.
Okay.
But I've got two things to say about it first. In the first episode, the dub was awful, right? Also, the first episode takes place much farther in the future, and then from the second episode forward, it's a flashback to show how we got up to that part.
Oh, okay.
And so, in the first episode, there was exactly one character that is in the rest of the show, and that's Guts. And so the voice acting was bad because all of these people were hired for one episode. Like,
Incredible.
Of course it was bad. So my apologies for calling the Berserk dub the worst dub I've ever seen. I still think it's true for the first episode, but all of the main characters have really good voice acting.
Awesome.
They just come in episode 2. I like this show a lot. It does drag in a couple of places, but it's progressively getting better and better. And like watching Griffith and Guts bounce off of each other and like seeing their relationship grow. When like in the first episode, you know, he's all pissed off at Griffith and people are calling Griffith the evil king or something like that. So you know he's going to turn out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how that happens because based on the shit that's going on right now, like where this show is like progressively gets more and more fucked up as you go. And I'm interested to see where it goes from here. I don't really have that much more to say about it for now. I've just finished episode 10, so I've got about 14 more or something.
Okay.
Oh, well, there's a, I guess, interesting thing I heard about the Berserk manga is...
Don't spoil anything.
No, I'm not going to. At least I don't think so. When they printed it in color, apparently it used so much red that there was an industry shortage for like red manga ink.
Oh my God, that's
amazing.
That's so hilarious.
In the show, a lot of the times the blood is pink, which is interesting.
I wonder if that's an aesthetic choice or like, is that just because of old anime or what?
One of those things, I'm sure.
Nice.
And that's all I have to say about Berserk. So with that, please enjoy the episode. Recasters is a weekly anime podcast covering currently airing seasonal anime. If you like to follow weekly releases and hear discussions about it, you're in the right place.
If you enjoy series reviews and previews, then be warned.
Spoiler City straight ahead.
First up, we have Orient, episodes 10 and 11.
There is an episode 12. I checked.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow, the end of episode 11 was a season finale.
Is there any point in even them airing episode 12 at this point?
It's filler.
We are obligated to watch it, so.
Damn.
What do you guys think about Super Magic Lady?
I really loved when she took a physical form. That was really cool.
I like that she still had Musashi's face.
Yeah.
Right? But then just feminine features. It made me realize how androgynous he is. He just acts masculine. I just never thought about it. You know what I mean?
That's pretty fair. Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Honestly, I feel like the earrings he has also really helped with that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Her keeping the earrings because it's his body, it just looked fucking awesome.
It really did. It was super cool, honestly. That was the kind of character that I'm going to pick every time in a fighting game just because I like how they look.
He picks Dizzy every time, I promise.
What? No, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
I love Dizzy.
I pick the Dami Mommy Samurai Lady.
Oh, dude, my buddy, he messages me recently. He plays Epic 7 religiously, right?
I don't know what that is.
It's a gacha game.
Okay.
A mobile gacha game. It's a turn-based RPG. And he's like, man, they're doing this crossover with something I've literally never heard of. And the characters look cool, but I feel like, nobody cares about this series. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, something called Guilty Gear. It's like, we don't know what fucking Guilty Gear is.
Clearly, he's literally never played a fighting game in his life.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Bro, yeah. What's this trash? I don't know. Definitely didn't define a genre.
And literally has the number one waifu ever, Dizzy. Thank you.
The three characters you can pull for right now in it are Dizzy, who Chip picks, Biken, who Jesse picks,
yeah.
And then I can't remember the guy, but the dude I always pick.
Guy? Soul Guy?
Yeah. Those are the three characters you can pull for.
It's literally three of the most iconic fighting characters of all time.
Anyways, yeah, so she looks really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody in Orient looks like they could be in a fighting game, to be honest. Actually, they all look like they could be in Guilty Gear.
Yeah. Orient is just
right.
Guilty Gear.
It's like Guilty Gear, way in the past or something.
Yeah.
I think I've come to the conclusion, last week when we talked about it, I was like, I think I'm all in on this show. I think it's getting really good. And now I'm like, I think I don't give a shit about this show, actually. I think that, the more I've watched this, the more I've been like, it's fine, but I don't care.
Yeah. I think this might be one of the most middle of the road animes I've ever watched in my life. This is it's such an anime that I'm like, yeah, I've watched anime before.
It's I was talking to Jesse about this yesterday, but this falls into a genre that I've created in my head of something called anime-ass anime, which is the anime that you think of when you think of anime. And I'm not saying your favorite anime. I'm saying when you think of the term anime, these are the anime. And for me, my personal favorite, I really like battle shonens. But the ones I'm specifically talking about here is Fairy Tail, Seven Deadly Sins, Orient, Magi, sorry. The stuff with bright, colorful hair, wacky characters, shenanigans ensue, there's some fighting going on, and lots of jokes.
And fan service.
And lots of fan service. These are the anime-ass animes.
That sounds about right. I can get behind all that.
And I just can't. It's just not my thing.
I'm I don't know, 300 episodes or something into Fairy Tail. That's all the anime-ass anime I can take. I don't need another anime-ass anime.
Exactly. And I always thought Magi looked pretty good. I might go check that one out.
To be honest, Magi, actually really good. Maybe not quite as anime-ass anime as you think.
It's got the bright, colorful hairs and the big sword guys.
That's true, but so does Shuffle.
I don't know what the fuck Shuffle is. Man, dude, it surprises me that I work so heavily in the anime industry at this point, and sometimes people still talk about anime I've never heard of.
There's just so much fucking anime, dude. God damn.
And of course, I'm like, what the fuck is Shuffle? And there's going to be 500 people be like, oh my God, you don't know what Shuffle is? And it's like, I can't keep track of everything, dude.
Dude, to be fair, Shuffle, it's I would say it was a defining harem anime that's been completely overshadowed by the genre now. But it's one of those things that when you find somebody else who knows what Shuffle is, you're like, yo, my boy, ooh, Shuffle. And everybody else is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, man. There was a scene in episode 11. that is an anime-ass anime scene from an anime-ass anime show, right? We had this moment when we watched Burn the Witch where the dude was spray painting the sky on the back of his dragon to create a sigil, and I was like, this is the most anime thing I've ever seen in my life. And it was fucking awesome, right?
Right.
And I think they beat that here when they cut a chunk of the sky out.
he literally squared out a section of the universe and just fucking flipped it upside down. What the fuck, man? Bro.
You see the 4 lines appear in the sky, and I was like, what? How is this going to work? And then concrete started falling out, and I was like, that's not how the sky works. Who greenlit this? And it was awesome, and I'm here for it.
Oh, dude. This guy's powers to literally like break the fourth wall by just cutting the universe into pieces. What the fuck is this?
We talked about it a little bit when he sliced that piece of the ground and it came up and then went back down, and we were like, how does this work? And there's lava now. So and then he just does it again with the sky.
And he flips a whole mountain upside down, the top half of the mountain.
Holy shit.
He's just
dude.
He's like, I don't need to fuck with you guys. I'm gonna flip this mountain upside down. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Bruh, I was thinking this guy, he's gonna be kind of like Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts. No, he beats Xehanort in like every aspect.
This guy would kick Xehanort's ass. Keyblade? What's that? I already got 12 of those in my fucking back reserves, all right?
Oh, gosh. This anime.
And then Musashi gets his sword.
Yeah, dude, he did his sword trial.
Yeah, he won or something.
I gotta say, I was right about something. He does have a red soul aura.
He absolutely does.
You were definitely right eventually.
Remember when I said he used the red soul aura to destroy that monster?
I guess true.
Yeah, there we go. He had it in him all along.
This is like, I really enjoyed the scene where Tsugumi was like, oh, his is red, yours was blue. And he's like, Kotaro's getting all jealous because everyone's praising him.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, blue's like half of all of the Bushi out of the 5 colors. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like literally like a gotcha tier grading system.
Honestly, you know what it sounds like to me? Team Mystic in Pokemon Go. There's like 50% Team Mystic, 40% Team Valor, 10% Team Instinct, right?
Yeah.
So Musashi got Team Instinct. The right team.
Bruh. Bullshit.
Anyways, we're going to fight about Pokemon Go now.
What team are you on, Jesse?
I think I was on Instinct. No, not Instinct, sorry.
Mystic?
Blue one, yeah, Mystic.
Yep, sounds right. Chip was on Mystic also.
Yeah. I think I was.
Losers.
Yeah, anyways, well, I was only on Mystic because my wife was.
What would you have picked?
I probably would have picked Valor.
Yeah, at least we got one of each then.
The way episode 11 ended is frustrating for me.
Because there's more?
Yes. Because there's more, but also because we've introduced one thing that I think is really cool and really interests me, but I know from the rest of the show that they're going to boil it down to something really stupid and disappoint me in every way possible.
You've piqued my interest.
The one thing is that I believe this goddess was in Kojiro's dad. And,
correct, yeah.
Yeah, and when he died, it was transferred to Musashi because he was right there and also had a lot of potential. And so I'm interested in what is this big conspiracy that the goddess and Kojiro's dad was working on, and what does it all mean? But I know at the end of the day, it's going to be really stupid and let me down. Just like everything else in this show.
I have hope.
But I bet you it's just going to be, oh, Kojiro's dad was looking for a better host.
I have hope.
This show has dashed my hope.
I might pick up the manga for this. I might see where it goes, but
yeah,
we'll see. I'm not going to promise anything because Dragon Ball's consumed my life, and I just picked up Dragon Quest again. So like basically, I'll see in a year. But I'm interested. There's a part of me that's like, oh, this was all the setup arc, right? So it's gotta be good after this. It's gotta be.
This whole arc was the setup arc.
You did a whole season of setup arc. It can't not be good after this.
Oh man, I'm so torn because I'm at this point where I love the characters in this show, and I'm like invested in the characters in this show now. I'm invested in what happens to Musashi. I'm invested in is it Tsubaka? Is that the girl's name?
Tsugumi.
Tsugumi. I'm invested in what Tsugumi does and how she grows, and I'm invested in Kojiro and what his dad's legacy means and who this Xehanort Kingdom Hearts motherfucker is and why is he such a dickhead to his best girl. But at the same time, I'm like, this plot fucking sucks. They introduced the Oni, and then they did nothing with it and introduced a new villain who took up the whole season. Why did they do this?
We watched 11 episodes of the show and nothing has happened.
Yes. Well, actually, I mean, a lot has happened. I just don't care about any of it. None of it's important.
It took them 3 episodes to leave the first village.
That's true.
And then they spent another 3 episodes in Tsugumi's village.
Having flashbacks. The same one. 12 times.
And then right after that, Mr. Kingdom Hearts gets introduced.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm the big baddie now. Fuck you guys. Fuck the Oni. Who cares?
We've had 3 small arcs and nothing has happened. I think the best arc of the show is when Tsugumi joins them, when her whole arc goes on, right? But then after she joins them, I feel like all of her character development went out the window also. Like, she's just fine now.
I mean, I don't know. She like hasn't done anything now.
Yeah, neither has Kojiro. Kojiro. I waited this whole season for Kojiro to do something and grow, and the most I've seen him do is get the map at the end of episode 11. They actually pointed out how little he's done in this show. Tsugumi makes a jab at him for not being motivated and doing nothing.
Jesus.
That's how little he's fucking done.
And this anime had so much potential, but I mean, after this most recent episode, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Imagine having a shonen, like an anime-ass shonen, where the first arc is all about a protagonist's lack of motivation. Who thought that was a good idea for an anime-ass shonen? Bruh.
I wanted this show to be good. And I was hesitant about it in the first place. I think it was actually my idea for us to do this show.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, sure, good enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't. We could be watching Ranking of Kings right now.
I know.
That show looks incredible.
I heard I've seen like little bits and pieces from like little clips that Funimation likes to post, and it looks like it's actually fucking amazing.
Instead, we watched this, and then what did we watch last season? What was our...
I don't know.
Who knows what happens 3 months ago?
Yeah.
So, the best thing I can say about Orient is I'm glad it's almost over.
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to watch it anymore.
I can't believe we're gonna have one more episode in the season.
Dude, literally episode 11 is a season finale. I finished it and I was like, does this season only have 11 episodes? Okay, sure.
Dude, the only reason I believe that there's another episode is, like, I checked Wikipedia, which isn't always the best source, and it has a 12th episode listed, which normally wouldn't mean anything to me, except that the episode has a name.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. What was the name of the episode?
Tsugumi gets wings.
Where the road leads. Where this road leads.
That sounds like a setup ass episode.
Yeah.
It's like a setup for, we're going to have season 2, or, we're going to have season 1 part 2 in 2 years.
Yay.
Either way, I don't care.
On a more interesting note, Chip made a joke just now about Tsugumi getting wings, and then I thought Platinum End, and then I thought Angel Powers in Platinum End, and then I thought they have colored spinny discs that give people powers. That's what they do in Orient. Therefore, Orient is in the same universe as Platinum End. It happens 5,000 years before.
Bruh.
Canon.
And then I thought, what's a more interesting show than this? Platinum End. Recasters is a weekly anime podcast covering currently airing seasonal anime. If you like to follow weekly releases and hear discussions about it, you're in the right place.
If you enjoy series reviews and previews, then be warned.
Spoiler City straight ahead.
Next up, we got Platinum End, episodes 22 and 23. There will be an episode 24.
I hate this season.
Jesse just found that out.
It's okay. It happens.
Can you not just end your series? Why do things have to keep going? What's wrong with you people?
What do you think? We basically reached a conclusion in this show.
This show's over.
What do you guys think so far? What do you think about the last 2 episodes overall?
I liked this ending a lot, and I'm also pissed at this show. This show pisses me off.
How about you, Chip? Before we expand on that.
I had very high hopes for this show, and then it just ended up not.
Can I just say something that I never thought I would say? And that's that I missed Metropoliman.
I mean, he kept us on our toes, to be honest. It would have been great if he didn't die halfway through.
The second half of this show was all hype and no delivery. I felt so much tension during certain parts where I was like, oh, the kid. Something's going on with the kid. Oh, he got shot. Oh my God, he got shot. Now we're passing the torch on to Beaker. Dude, Beaker, so much tension going on here. Oh my God, he's going to kill everybody. Wait, they just talked it out? Wait, they just talked it out.
He just gave up after talking to him?
Oh, nice. Okay, we win, I guess. Cool.
Dude, you know that scene where Mirai has his white arrow out and Yoneda has his white arrow out, and they're like 5 meters away from each other, and Yoneda's walking at Mirai, and it's super tense, and there's a lot of tension, and Yoneda shoots a white arrow, and everything's in slow motion, and Mirai's thinking a bunch of stuff, and the episode ends. I watched that and I went, this is what the show has been setting up. That fight with Metropoliman, this was all to prepare us for Mirai's big finale. That whole thing where Mirai and Metropoliman were playing a game, that was literally like the pretense for this very situation right now. Shit's about to get real. It's all been a build-up for this big moment. And then the next episode starts, and nothing happens. Fuck you. What the hell, bro? What is this?
I will say everything that happened with Chuni, I don't remember his name. Black-haired kid.
Oh, Naku.
Oh, Nakaumi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part. My favorite part is there's a part when the girl who wants to be rich, I forget her name also because
I don't know.
I don't give a shit about these characters.
Yeah, whatever.
But she just refers to him as Chuni.
Yeah.
the subtitle translated as edgelord.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is perfect.
Dude, that was so great. I loved it so much.
But so from henceforward, his name is Chuni because that's all I can think of. But everything that happened with him, like, you know, duct taping them up and having his change of heart where he literally couldn't kill somebody if they didn't want to die.
Yeah.
I loved all of that. That was very well done.
Incredible. That was like one of the greatest parts of the show.
The confrontation between Mirai and Beaker, awful. just nothing.
Yeah.
I feel nothing on that.
Yeah. I will give them that. Mirai finally had character growth. He finally settled his mind on something. He was gonna kill Yoneda for the happiness of everybody. This guy was about to step up. It's too bad the plot was too fucked already for it to matter.
The part when Nase moves him and then she like gets encased in that purple sphere.
Yo, that
and
was
half her body turns to fucking stone. I was like, oh shit, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then they undid it the next episode.
Frustrating, disappointing.
Now, like, I'm okay that they undid it. I'm not okay that they undid it 5 minutes later. If that had happened to Nase halfway through the season and then she got re-promoted at the end saving Yoneda, I would have been like, that was a dope-ass setup. This was just like he wanted to show a cool idea and was like, uh-oh, I'm running out of story to show this in.
They set it up really well with Nase like being able to touch humans, right?
Yeah. An episode or two before.
It just didn't deliver well.
No.
It just wasn't. It's just not it, man.
Yeah. And I think that's my big problem with this show is they set up lots of really cool potential, and then they just did like the lame ass boring conclusion for all of it every time.
Yes.
Damn.
Like the guy who made this made Death Note, right?
Yes.
What was he thinking?
He was thinking with the second half of Death Note on this one.
So basically, it's the same show.
Kinda. Man, look, so this is my problem. I love the first half of Death Note. I don't like the second half of Death Note. And I think the show showed me why. And it's because he put too many characters into the fire, right? The first half of Death Note is great because it's the battle between L and Light. And that's the focus. There's other characters, but they're not as important. It's the battle of L and Light, and it's really cool. And then the second half of Death Note, after L dies, it's like you got 3 other letters fighting Light, and it's the police and the fucking who cares? I don't know.
My favorite character in Death Note is N.
You said I hate you.
Sorry, the only N I know is from Pokemon Black and White. So yeah,
My favorite character in Death Note is N from Pokemon Black and White.
dude, that's awesome. I didn't know he was in Death Note.
They just drew him in the background once, 10 years before he was invented. No, but what was his name? Mallow or Mellow? I think Mellow.
Mellow?
Was his name, yeah.
Okay.
He was N, right?
No. N was the white-haired kid. Mello was M.
M.
And then we had Matt, who was not M. He
Right.
was just Matt.
I think the white-haired kid who took over for L.
Yeah.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah, that's N.
Okay, so I just got his name wrong.
Yeah. Mello was the blonde guy.
Oh, you're right. N was rad. I liked him.
I hate you so much.
Platinum End, I think the best part of this show happens in the final confrontation with Metropolitan Man when JoJo guy is there.
Yes.
All of that I really enjoyed.
That should have been, like, they should have switched the arcs. They should have flipped them. That should have been the season finale.
Yoneda seemed like a really cool villain. Honestly, like, to be honest, if Rich Girl shot him with the white arrow like she was supposed to there, and Nase didn't move him, it's a great ending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They keep setting things up that would be really cool and then deciding to not do anything cool with it.
Yeah, like, honestly, like, just Nase saving Yoneda there, and then Yoneda going, whoop, guess I lost, and then walking away, fucking ruined this show for me.
Episode 11, yeah, dude, that was all episode 11 was. It was that over and over.
23.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Orient.
Yeah. Dude, episode 11 of Orient was so bad it made Platinum End worse.
Oh, man. Yeah, so episode 23, the whole thing was Mirai could do a really cool battle thing. No, Nase flies away with him. Rich Girl could, like, come in and shake things up and shoot Yoneda. Nah, never mind. Forget about that. Fucking Edgelord boy, he could, like, go hardcore sicko mode. Nah, never mind. Just kidding. He has a cool emotional arc. You know, I just, like, one thing after another. They're like, see this thing that's about to happen? Nah, I don't feel like it.
I feel like the whole point is supposed to be that, like, you know, emotions are more powerful than fighting, right? Like, you can get through to people by talking to them and showing them how you feel, but, like, that's not cool to watch.
Tell that to Metropoli, man.
Yeah, well,
He got a lot more done than Yoneda did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This guy was ready to murder people.
Metropoli Man killed half the continents.
they're all as big as Australia.
Oh jeez.
Metropoli Man killed half the god candidates. Yoneda did some talking and then gave up.
Correct.
Honestly, I thought Yoneda was dude. I think, like, I don't know, man. Yoneda was a really cool concept for a villain because he, like, wasn't actually a villain. He was just an antagonist with a different line of thinking. And they just, like, I don't know, dude. They gave him the Mirai treatment.
I was really hoping he was going to be kind of crazy since he resembles Kenpachi from Bleach, but it was just like a huge disappointment.
Chip, you cannot make assumptions of characters based on other characters that look remotely maybe a little kind of like them. These are two very different characters. It's never going to happen like that.
Okay, well, he had crazy hair and he's kind of crazy
not the
because
same
he's super
thing, Chip.
smart.
It's
So
not
I
the
figure
same.
he's going to be kind of a crazy badass.
To be fair, Yoneda is kind of crazy. Unfortunately, it's the, like, asocial, depressive crazy, not the violent psychopath crazy.
He's the kind of crazy that I am.
He's a relatable crazy.
It's actually not me at all, man. I'm thinking about it.
It's like literally the opposite.
It's like it's how I view myself, despite not being like that.
Yes.
Honestly, like this would be the part of the podcast where we rate this show if it was over, but it's not. So I guess we're just gonna not do that.
Yeah, I can't wait for episode 12 of Orient and episode 24 of Platinum to completely change our mind on what we're gonna rank it.
Also, I made a joke about Platinum End being better than Orient, and while I do think that's true, it's not by much.
Yeah, it's not leaps and bounds. It's more like it walked a little faster.
Walked a little faster to get away from the creeper that is Orient.
No, the creeper is GB8.
Oh man,
Jesus!
No, the creeper is Choron.
GB8 is the Ender Dragon of anime.
Recasters is a weekly anime podcast covering currently airing seasonal anime. If you like to follow weekly releases and hear discussions about it, you're in the right place.
If you enjoy series reviews and previews, then be warned.
Spoiler City straight ahead. Next up, we have Attack on Titan, Final Season, Episode 84 and 85.
I hate to say this.
Don't you say it.
I spent a lot of time today complaining about Orient and Platinum End.
Yes.
Remember that? Remember when Attack on Titan started up again? And they had that really good episode where like there was the Titans came back and everyone was killing Titans, and we got a bunch of stuff that was really cool leading up to like Aaron's traitorship and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Well, nothing's happened since then. I have not enjoyed this show for a few episodes now.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Political strife is boring to watch.
Yes, I hate watching political strife.
I disagree.
I think that political strife is great to read, and I don't like watching it. I'd much rather be reading the manga right now.
I'm confused because I think it was mostly interpersonal character strife the last two episodes.
Yeah, that sucks too.
What, bro? Okay. So I'll agree with you on episode 84. I don't even hardly remember. I watched it 2 weeks ago. I barely remember it. Last night when you were watching it, I started watching with you and I was like, I don't remember any of this. And then I fell asleep. So episode 84, it really sucks. Episode 85 almost made me fucking cry.
That was a great episode, yeah.
It was incredible. What an amazing episode.
I feel as though they were really trying hard to convey strong emotions, but I was not moved very much by them this time.
I had this problem where, like, especially when Armin got shot, like, that was the first moment in a long time that I was like, oh, fuck. Which is what I want Attack on Titan to make me do.
Yeah, same. Attack on Titan's all about those oh, fuck moments.
Yeah, in episode 84, there was one moment I enjoyed in the episode. You know what? I think I'm just wrong. I actually liked these episodes.
Bruh. This guy.
I was bored for a while, but the tension rising between John and then Annie and Reiner was really interesting. And them calling back to Marco, who died in season 1, right?
Yeah.
And then John just like losing it and beating the fuck out of Reiner. That was such a good moment.
That was the only moment I remember from that episode.
Yeah, and nothing else happened. They did talk for a while. They had some stew. And then they were like, oh my God, they've got boats. And that was the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And they let it off like it was like this really big moment. They were like, they've taken over the boatyard.
I mean, like, military tactics wise, that's a really huge thing, but like, that doesn't make an amazing plot point.
Yeah. It does if it was like fucking, you know.
Like, if this was a World War II anime, that would be an amazing plot point.
If we were playing through Splinter Cell right now, that'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, they got the boatyard.
If I was playing Civilization, I'd be like, oh shit, they got my boatyard.
But instead I was like, oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, good to know.
But then, yeah, the whole episode with the boatyard, watching them try to like trick them and Flock just not falling for it fucking at all.
Yeah. Dude, Flock has become the best antagonist who always kind of was.
He always sucked. I still hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also still hate Flock, though.
Flock was like about to get better for a moment, and then he just turned into like a crazy psychopath.
We had this moment, right, where this is the first time ever, as far as I can remember, in Attack on Titan, that Armin's plan failed. We have come to expect that when Armin has a plan, it will succeed.
Dude, you're absolutely right. I think that's part of what made this so tense. Is just like, because I remember thinking when Armin like had that flash of inspiration and they were moving and like him and Connie ride up on the horses and they're like yelling the stuff and I'm like, I could see what their plan was. I was like, yo, Armin coming back with the plans. Armin's back. Armin's here. He's got the plan. We gonna get shit done. And then it all starts to fall apart and it just sets in this dread like, holy shit. You know, this unstoppable plan man is like being stopped.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, Armin is probably currently facing this problem where he can heal himself at any time right now, but it will kill most of the people there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, if he like actually transforms.
Right. I kind of expect what is going to happen is Connie is going to push him into the water, much like Flock, you know, got her hand bit off and then, or not Flock, shit. Cart Titan, what's her name?
Peak, yeah.
Peak, like, you know, her hand got destroyed and then she like jumped off a cliff and turned into the Titan, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting something like that where Connie's just going to push him over.
Me too. I think so because originally their whole thing was to get their hands on the boat and that's kind of completely fallen apart. I mean, they stopped the two guys from setting off the detonator, but they control the bay. So I imagine they probably have a lot of boats at their disposal ready to go. And I can see Armin like getting into the water, however that happens, and then turning into the Titan and causing like an underwater explosion that knocks all the boats out kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Reiner and Annie are currently transformed. Like, oh wait, no, they did transform.
Yeah, they did. And they fucking wrecked shit.
And they turned into balls of lightning for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what, yeah. That's how Titans transform now.
I mean, it's kind of like we're able to see the ball of lightning that they turn into now because they draw out the transformation by slowing everything else down whenever it happens now. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, before, they were probably turning into a ball of lightning anyway. It's just because it was lightning and it was happening so fast, you know, we were seeing it through the eyes of...
Everybody else.
Yeah, everyone else. They're like, oh my gosh, this is happening so fast. What? This is just before my eyes. Suddenly there's a Titan, you know? All they saw was the flash of lightning.
That makes sense. We did always see a flash of lightning, so I guess it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the colossal Titan that uses more energy to transform, so it's always like a gigantic explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. Ever since season 4, always.
Yeah. Well, I mean, season 3, when Berthold still had it, it was a big burst of energy.
Yeah, you know,
but it didn't flatten a city.
The thing that I'm still not sure because everybody's Titan is a little different. Two people can get the same Titan and still be a little different. So I get that like different people, they bring a uniqueness to the Titan. That makes sense. But like, I still don't understand. Like, there's not even any like regularity with that, right? Like I could, like if you said Bertolt was like, oh, he didn't have explosive power, he turned into the big steam wall and he made lots of steam that hurt people, I'd be like, sure. But like, why is Armin's exploding energy? I don't get, is the colossal Titan, he just does everything extra big? Is that what that is or what?
He big lightning.
He big boy.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just the colossal Titan does it big.
Yeah.
Did they explain it?
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. He's the colossal Titan. He does it big, I guess.
I can't help but feel like I missed something.
The closest thing to them explaining like different people having the same Titan being like unique and stuff is Zeke's spinal fluid being able to turn people into pure Titans.
I don't know if that explains it at all.
No, that's the closest thing to an explanation they've come to. Is he's the only Beast Titan that's ever been able to do that.
Dude, you're doing an acrobatic like logic right now.
I think the best explanation they've given us is when Ymir looked like a dumb little gremlin, and then that other dude looked like a badass like monster mouth.
I like the gremlin better.
New Jaw Titan's done jack shit. He died.
Yeah, but like new Jaw Titan literally hasn't even transformed.
That's also true. I don't even know if new Jaw Titan knows he's new Jaw Titan.
He has to have known after they tried to push him into Connie's mom's mouth.
I don't know.
They just didn't tell him.
He's kind of dumb, dude. Honestly, if you think about it.
The moment also when Connie had to face the fact that he had to kill his two friends, that was fucked up.
That was so fucked up. God damn, that was powerful.
See, I feel like that's the emotional strife they were trying to like really make you feel, but I just didn't.
I think it worked pretty well for me, but it reminded me of The Walking Dead, right? Like The Walking Dead, it's like, oh my God, the zombies are the bad guy. And then eventually they're like, oh my God, other people are the bad guy. We have to watch out for other people, not the zombies. And I think that's where we've gotten to in Attack on Titan.
That makes sense.
Take that with what you will.
I'm a little bit of like a war historian weeb or otaku, you know, whatever you call that. You know, the people I think tanks and planes and like all that stuff is really cool. So I like Band of Brothers. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's just about like a tight-knit squad of people in World War II and all that stuff. I've always thought that stuff was cool, and I've always found it kind of touching. You know, it's like that tight bond. These people were friends and they were comrades and they spent their lives together. So it like really touches my heartstrings to like see that fall apart. It's like really sad and heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah. But I can get why like it's not other people's cup of tea.
World War II, not my favorite setting.
Yeah, that's fair.
Goddamn Nazis.
Actually, anything real is not my favorite setting.
Yeah. Give me cool fake sci-fi war.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me everything that you just told me, but with like ray guns, and it sounds awesome.
Yeah, see, yeah. Dude, I'm starting to feel like season 4 of Attack on Titan, like whoever's like producing this is definitely like a World War II otaku, you know what I mean? They got like boats and political strife and planes, and they're like the conflict of the massive world powers and weapons of mass destruction. It's like, bro, you just ripping off World War II? What's happening right now?
So it's a So it's a World War II setting, but everything that's going on is all very, very Gundam.
Yo, that's absolutely true. Yeah, just instead of like sci-fi metal mechs, they got like
Meat
flesh
mechs.
golem mechs. Attack on Titan, the greatest mech anime ever.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, definitely not true, but
No, but
they're a much better mecha anime. But it is a mecha anime.
it definitely is. It's super weird, dude. It started off as like a horror anime and became a mecha anime.
True.
What a weird transition. It's almost as weird as the Muv-Love transition.
Oh man, we were just talking about that yesterday. I do want to throw this out there. They are not finishing this anime in 2 episodes.
Definitely not. I've heard people theorizing that they're going to do that stereotypical thing where they release a movie as the big finale.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true because where we're at now, there are too many chapters to fit in 2 episodes of stuff.
Fair enough.
I do intend to read the rest of the manga as soon as this season is over because I really am tired of waiting.
Understandably.
Yeah, the manga's already finished, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it has been for several months.
Damn, bro.
Where we leave off in this episode, I'm really interested to see where things are going to be going over the next couple episodes, though, because we're finally getting back into the thick of it.
Yeah, really, really. We saw Mikasa fighting again. That's how you know it's getting good.
Dude, who was it? Was it Mikasa that just like fucking mowed some dudes down?
No, so she was coming down the stairs, right, with the Azumabito chick, and all those dudes roll up with guns, and then it was like Hanji, the Marley guy, and Annie or something, and they just like roll in with pistols, and we're like, blah, 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 blah.
One of them used the swords. I don't remember who.
Well, Mikasa was using swords. I know so Mikasa busted into the room initially and was like acrobating through the room with swords, cutting everybody up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
Yeah, that's some good shit right there.
Hell yeah. Dude, I love the scene too. Like, maybe even if the story's not the best necessarily, dude, the action and the cinematography of the episode 85 was just so awesome. Like, we get that one scene where, like, Floke is like, they're trying to pull a fast one on us. And then it kind of, like, zooms into him, and he's like, we better be safe. And then he like turns and he's like, everybody get to positions. And we just get this cut of like a bunch of these uniformed soldiers with their 3D maneuver gear, like flying across the screen in this big arc and like swinging through the buildings in unison. Is just so fucking cool looking.
Honestly, like I think one of the highlights of these couple episodes and this season in general is some of the facial expressions. We memed about one of them for a while, right?
Yeah.
And Yelena.
Yeah, with Yelena. But genuinely, these facial expressions are so specifically
Attack on Titan.
It's like expressive, very, very expressive in specific ways that convey specific things. And I think that's really cool.
I feel like an easier way to say that is that it conveys expressions a lot more intensely than most other anime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
This show does a lot of storytelling just with facial expressions.
Uh-huh.
And it's fucking awesome.
So basically what I'm saying here is never listen to any of my opinions. I'm going to change them within 10 minutes.
10 out of 10, true.
And with that, we'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. We're going to wrap up everything. Everything we've ever done will be wrapped up.
Gonna gift wrap it all.
So in 2 weeks, we are going to be ending the final season of Recasters. We're going to talk about the finales of Orient, Platinum End, and the supposed ending of Attack on Titan.
Quote unquote ... /
Until the movie that probably is going to happen. So look forward to that discussion then. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Thank you again and have a great night.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Recasters Anime Podcast. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
Feel free to check us out on Facebook. We post anime-related memes there almost daily. Let us know what you think of the current anime season, or even just say hi.
You can look forward to weekly releases every Tuesday morning on platforms like Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher.
Tune in next week for more anime discussion.
Ja! Mata raishu!